Today we bring you reasons why the marriage between Vera Sidika and Brown Mauzo was a doomed union from the very onset. Welcome to Debunk Kenya, the channel where we bust myths and expose the hidden facts. The marriage was an arrangement of convenience. The relationship between the two seemed to progress rather too quickly as compared to a conventional relationship. It skipped stages and never was given time to nurture itself and bloom in time. The couple seemed to be rushing to a finish line. It was obvious that they were chasing something rather than creating a genuine union intended to last and bring fulfillment. Between the two of them, they know best what they were chasing, but we air our suspicions later in the video. The relationship lacked the vital male leadership needed to stabilize any relationship. In any union, a man is the head of the family, at least that is how we do it in Africa. Most of the exemplary marriages have the man in the driver's seat and the wife is his assistant and companion. The man must always be the leader in words and deeds. A close look at Vera and Mauzo showed a picture where Vera seemed to be the one in charge, as Mauzo was mostly in charge of looking good and playing the background. This arrangement is not the best, but it is usually brought about by one weakness. When the man is not in charge of his finances, he loses his voice as the provider and becomes subordinate to his wife. This was even visible in Mauzo's body language. He seemed more of the domesticated man rather than the man in charge. Women feel off-put by men they have to permanently provide for. They stop looking up to the man and start looking down upon him. When she becomes the leader in the relationship, she begins to despise that marriage. Remember that when it's the woman making all the important decisions in relationship, she will make the decision to leave you sooner rather than later. Vera seemed to have wanted kids in particular, but not a marriage. Vera loves a brown thing. She is obsessed by light-looking people, and that is her deluded standard of beauty. We say it's deluded because it's based on a misinformed notion that propels self-hate, hence her skin bleaching procedure. It is therefore obvious that she wanted brown children, and the weak Brown Mauzo was a good candidate for this sperm donation exercise in the name of a marriage. Vera waited until she had her daughter and son from Mauzo, then called it quits. This is not to say that Mr. Brown Mauzo did not benefit. He now has 2 children that carry his name, but he will neither feed nor look after because his ex-wife is more than capable. Mauzo will continue to be called a father without its burden. The ambitions of these two are both selfish and careless. The children will grow without a father, and yet Vera in her gloating will think that her money can raise children. Mauzo will continue to be the weak man whose responsibilities are on Vera. Both Vera and Mauzo have history of failed relationships with other celebrities. Vera Sidika had dated Otile Brown, a popular musician, but the relationship did not go well in the end. The fallout was messy and bitter, with Vera exposing private issues about Otile Brown. This should have been a negative indicator to Mauzo. Brown Mauzo himself was not innocent at all. He had dated the likes of Amber Ray, and as expected, things did not work out for them. Therefore, both Vera and Mauzo knew that unions between celebrities are doomed, but they went ahead with one anyway. This is because rather than genuine companionship, these two cloud chasers were just fanning the flames of their individual fame, as it helps them in whichever way it does by keeping them relevant to the public. A pattern of getting into relationships without a purpose has manifested with the two, so they knew that even this relationship was just a time bomb. Vera and Mauzo love the limelight too much. They publicize everything. Everyone knows that relationships are like incomes, they thrive in privacy. But apparently Vera and Mauzo did not get the memo. Their lives were one Instagram museum where Vera brags about it all and Mauzo plays to her tune. Publicity and privacy can't mix, since they are the extreme opposites. When celebrities get married, their marriages face a lot of pressure due to the spotlight on them. However, when forced to choose between their marriage or fame, these two chose fame. Mauzo also comes off as an attention-seeking boy. This was evident when, after their publicized divorce, he went on to social media to rant about their journey and all that, yet everyone had seen this coming a mile away. He was just seeking attention. Rumors of infidelity were circulating the marriage. The history of a person determines the security of their partner. Vera is not exactly one with a history that makes a man settle. She accused her ex-boyfriend Otile Brown of cheating on her, so you wonder why she had to go for another celebrity again. Vera, in a cryptic message after their divorce, pointed a possibility that Mauzo might not have been a faithful man, though this should not have shocked her one bit, since the man is used to jumping around and already had 3 other kids before they married. Nothing breaks a marriage faster than unfaithfulness, and whoever was unfaithful between the two only sped up an inevitable thing. Nobody knows if Vera is exactly clean since she has a thing for rich men and keeps flying out a lot to do God knows what. Constant opportunities at other relationships. Apart from the big fan base that Vera Sidika has, she still has a good number of men simping in her DM. She has guys who want to get with her and are dying to have her. Such a situation makes a lady neglect or even stray away from her marriage. Brown Mauzo, on the other hand, is also a looker, and her ex-girlfriend's looks can show you the kind of women whose attention he has. Such factors makes a man's head to grow horns and think he is valuable even when all he has to offer are looks and charm. Social media made matters worse by giving people access to cheating even without meeting. Celebrities like Vera and Brown Mauzo will now flirt and connect with so many people at so many levels because they have access. Therefore, they can't settle down. What is the conclusion of all this then? The marriage of these two was built on the wrong things, thus giving it a weak foundation that could not support it for long at all. Vera went in for looks and clout as Mauzo went in for support and clout too. No sane marriage stands on this. Mauzo was a weak man from the onset. Him and Vera reminded Kenyans of Corazon and Frankie, and that marriages that are built upon the wrong things will always collapse in a very short time. Worse still, when the men are weak, then it's a wrap. Frankie was a gym instructor whose best attribute was looking good but had very little productivity, if any. Mauzo and Frankie are a new breed of weak, shameless men with little use who only build a name in the sector of good looks but provide nothing of substance in a relationship. They will be fed, clothed, and housed by women just because they have looks. But these women get tired sooner rather than later and send them packing as they sire children all over the city.